there Stampers, Creative Carrie here again for Sparkle and Sprinkle with this month's video kit. This month we're going to make this really cute Valentine's card. This is our big buckle card, so it's got a fun little open. And then to put it back together, we're just going to slide it back in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So in this month's kit, we're going to have the Sweetheart Frog, and we're going to use all three of our images on here today. So the first thing I'm going to have you do is you're going to stamp your frog on your circle. Color him with the coloring medium of your choice. I've chose to use Copic markers, and then I've mounted him onto my pink scallop. We're going to go ahead and set him aside. We're going to bring in our card base and all of our layering pieces. So these are all the pieces that we have. Now this card's a little bit different. We're going to put this one together before we put on our glitter and our flock because we're using our dimensional glue this month and it takes a little bit longer to dry. We want to make sure that our card's completely put together before we start with our flock and embossing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this pink polka dot and we're going to layer that on the inside. Only remove your tape from 3 sides, leaving the tape on the side facing out. Go ahead and center that. And you'll see why I'm doing that in a second. Okay, center that. And go ahead and close it. And then you're going to take your smaller piece and you're going to layer that on top of the outside. Okay, then you're going to have these 2 pieces. Go ahead and layer these together. I've gone ahead and I've rounded my edges. The choice is yours if that's something that you would like to do or not. You do not have to. Okay, don't worry about this hanging over. And then we've already got this scored. So the reason we didn't tape down this side is because we're actually going to slide this buckle piece in so that we line up with the edge of our cardstock. So we're going to go ahead and put that in. We're going to carefully remove the other piece of tape backing. Slide your buckle in, put it where you want it on your card, and then go ahead and press down that side. That's going to hold your buckle in place. Okay. Then on your opposite side, where your buckle is, you're going to create your slot. Now you can use any punch for this. You can use, I'm using a window punch, you can use an oval punch, you can use a circle. Anything's going to be fine because you're going to have it covered with your scallop frog. So go ahead and line that up where you're going to have your buckle come in. And go ahead and punch out that slot. So your card is going to essentially close like that. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to tie on our ribbon. We're going to do a small piece of ribbon on our buckle. Okay, so there we have our bow. We're going to take our frog and we're going to figure out how we want him placed. So I want to make sure that I'm sticking adhesive on this side only because you don't want adhesive in your hole. So I'm going to flip him straight down and I'm going to put tape on this left half. Put your card buckle inside and go ahead and put your frog where you want him. Push him down. At this point your card should still open with your buckle. Okay. So now we're going to bring in our coffee filter and our anti-static bag. And we're going to start with our bullfrog embossing powder. We're going to stamp our sentiments. So I'm going to stamp on the front, "You set my heart aflutter." So I'm going to take my anti-static bag and rub it across the top of my card, removing any static before I stamp this. I'm going to bring in my Versamark. Ink that up real well. I'm going to stamp this upside down so I can line up my block. straight down, straight up. Go ahead, cover that with our embossing powder. Tap off the excess. And then we're going to heat set. Now Bullfrog is one of our cosmic semi-transparents. So you'll notice that on your card it leaves this little shimmer around. Go ahead and take your anti-static, or your Swiffer, and go ahead and wipe off. And gets rid of that. Okay. Next we're going to open up our card. And down on the bottom left-hand side, we're going to stamp our second sentiment. Straight down, straight up. I'm doing that on the left-hand side just to make sure that you won't see that when my card's closed. Go ahead and sprinkle your Bullfrog again once more. Tap off the excess. Heat set again. Once again, take your Swiffer. Go ahead and wipe off that excess shimmer. So now we've got our sentiment on the outside and our sentiment on the inside. I said that backwards. I meant on the inside and the outside. So now we're going to bring in our little blings and our dimensional glue. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a small amount of our dimensional glue on the back of our little blings. Don't need a lot. Then we're going to line those up on our card where we want them. So I've got the 3 going underneath my sentiment. And then I'm just going to put a couple little squirts on the back of the longer one. And this one's going to go along the side of my buckle. Once you get those where you want them, we're just going to let those sit and dry. So now we're going to start working on our frog. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our dark chocolate flock. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use our dimensional glue again. We're going to put the dimensional glue on the cattails, the brown parts of the cattail. And we're going to sprinkle on our flock. You want a good heavy coat because you want to make sure that that dimensional glue is completely covered. Let it sit, tap it in, and go ahead and tap off your excess. It's going to give us the 3-dimensional cattails. Okay, so now we've got our cattails done. Next we're going to move on to our Dazzling Rose glitter, and we're going to put that on our frog's heart. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the small little hearts first. I'm going to add our dimensional glue to that. Go ahead and dump your glitter. Tap off your excess. And then we're going to do the same for the heart that our frog's sitting on. Once you have your dimensional glue, go ahead and cover all of that glue and tap off the excess. And that's it, guys. Super simple, super cute. So I hope you can see the dimension, and that will dry with that dimension on your card. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed what we've created for you today. Can't wait to see you guys next month. Until then, happy stamping.